Hi, today I want to talk about how to heal from heartbreak. Heartbreak is a very intense emotional experience, and as such, it takes some serious healing work. And it's important to remember that the process of healing, in the case of heartbreak, just like in any other case, is never linear. It's not something that is just like, okay, today I feel shitty, today I'm gonna work on this, today I'm gonna take care of all these emotions, and then tomorrow or after a few days I'm gonna feel great, and that's it. It's usually not like that. The way it actually works is every time those emotions are arising, and then we have to face them, we have to take care of them, we have to embrace them and heal from them, and then we feel great for a little bit after we do that. And then whenever we are ready for the next phase of the healing process, it's gonna surface again. And if we are not conscious of it, if we're not aware of the way it actually works, we might feel like we've gone backwards, because the first instinct that we might have is to think that we've already healed it because we felt bad and we took care of it and now we felt good. So we probably were already over it and now it surfaces again, so something must be wrong. But when we are facing a really intense emotional experience, it's kind of like the process of healing. It has some kind of like a protection mechanism in order to not overwhelm us and make us like become like completely overwhelmed and helpless with these intense emotions. Instead, every time we are faced with just the very little bit that we are able to deal with, so every time you're gonna find yourself dealing with some component of this emotional experience, some part of this pain and this challenge. You're going to deal with it, you're going to heal from it, and then you're going to feel great. And then after a little bit, whenever you're going to be stable enough, strong enough, it's going to surface again because you're ready for the next stage of the healing. So whenever you're feeling these emotions and darkness and pain again, it doesn't mean that something has gone wrong. It just means that you still haven't completely healed, which makes sense because actually, if you think about it, a heartbreak is a very, very painful experience, and it's not something that you can heal from in just a little bit of one session of, you know, listening to your body, listening to your emotions, and accepting. No matter how much you're willing to accept your emotions, it's going to take a little bit more than that. So just being open and embracing whatever comes up is important, and remembering that it's the process of healing in any aspect is never linear, and it's never just like, now I'm in pain, and then I'm gonna be better and better and better and better and better and better. It's not like that. Whenever you're ready, you're gonna be faced with the next step of the healing, and then you heal this and you're gonna feel great. And then whenever you're ready, you're going to be faced with the next step, the next part of you that is ready to be healed, and to have your focus and attention and presence and unconditional love. So just being aware of this is a really big component of healing. And Now let's go to some practical things of how to actually heal from this. So the first thing, which is very, very important, is which I kind of mentioned already, is to be completely willing to embrace whatever comes up, and remember that whatever it is that you're feeling, you are supposed to feel, and anything that comes up is exactly what's supposed to come up any moment of your life. So just we live in a kind of a weird time in terms of history, in terms of humanity. We are not completely open and embracing our emotions, and this is something that we need to learn how to do, because for so many years and for so many generations we have learned to suppress our emotions. We have been told that certain emotions are not acceptable and are not okay, and in this generation in particular, more and more people are realizing that it doesn't work like that, and that it's better if we are embracing our emotions and accepting our emotions, and then we can be more real, more authentic, more true to ourselves, more powerful, and more connected, and everything becomes more meaningful and more valuable. So it works with your positive and pleasant emotions just as well as it works with your painful, negative, and challenging emotions. Anything that you're feeling is exactly what you're supposed to be feeling, and any challenge that you're facing means that you're just ready to face this challenge and to grow from it. So it is really important to be willing to experience those emotions on a personal level. So it means that you need to, it is very, very important to spend some time in solitude and to be willing to connect with yourself and get to know yourself better and understand your emotional situation, understand your traumas, understand what exactly it is that you want. Because the thing about heartbreak is it's an opportunity for you to make things more clear for yourself in terms of how you want your next relationship to be. It is a really great opportunity for growth and for understanding for learning from what didn't work in your previous relationship and learning how to apply it, all of these lessons, into your next relationship, so that you can be more clear on what it is that you're actually wanting. And another thing is, when you're faced with a heartbreak, it is a very, very shocking experience for your self-worth and your self-concept, because you feel like you have been rejected, you have been maybe not loved for who you are. So you have to spend some time alone with yourself in solitude, building your self-worth and building your self-concept and learning to develop more love and appreciation and care for yourself, because you are the only person in your life that is always going to be there for yourself. And other people are going to come and are going to go, and nobody will ever be able to love you more than you love yourself. So every breakup, every heartbreak is an opportunity for you to sharpen this and work on your ability to love yourself, care for yourself better. So take some time in solitude, and whenever those emotions arise, sit with yourself, meditate, be willing to accept those emotions, no matter how painful it is. Let yourself cry whenever you feel like, whenever it is needed. Let yourself release those things. Let yourself experience the pain, and don't expect yourself or try to force yourself to already be over it, to already be healed, to feel any difference than what you feel. You're gonna feel such a relief just by allowing yourself to feel whatever it is that you're feeling. It is very powerful. And another thing that is really important to do when you're developing a healthy relationship with yourself and trying to build your self-worth is movement. Move your body, exercise, go for a run, do some yoga, go to the gym, do any other form of exercise, of movement. Even if it's just 10 minutes, you can wake up in the morning and set a timer for 10 minutes and just move your body without thinking about the time, without thinking about everything. Just 10 minutes, even 5 minutes, just move your body. You can dance, you can just move and feel your body, get connected to your body, because it's so important to feel yourself, to feel. It's gonna make you feel empowered, and it's going to help move the energy in your body that has a tendency to get stuck, especially when we're in pain. And it's so important to move and not only try to solve things and understand things from the mind, but also from the body, and let things just flow without thinking. That can really, really improve a lot of things. So now, after we talked about the solitude component, which is maybe the most important one, because you're trying to build a strong relationship with yourself first and foremost before you're involving anybody else in this. Now, it is also important to be able to let yourself feel whatever it is that you're feeling and embrace your emotions as you go about your life in the world with other people around. So, as I said before, we are living in a time where our emotions are just now starting to be more accepted, and we're starting as a species, as the human race, to develop more awareness of the fact that it is important to accept our emotions, and we're starting to realize that whatever it is that we're experiencing is what it is, and we cannot really change it no matter how much we try. And if we try to deny it, it's just causing more problems. And we're starting to feel that it sucks to have to put on a mask and go and say, how are you? Oh, I'm good. How are you? Good, great. And it just, there's nothing real about those kind of very, very shallow surface conversations and small talks. And we're starting to realize that this sucks. And in order to change this, it requires courage and bravery and willingness to be vulnerable and to be open and to just live your life, go about your world, and remember to go around in the world and go about your life, and remember that not only you are going through shit, everybody's going through shit. Everybody is experiencing pain. Everybody is going through some challenging things in their lives. And a lot of people are going through the same things. So it's important to remember that, if you're feeling pain, if you're feeling that you need to cry, even if you're feeling whatever it is, you don't have to hide it. You can cry wherever you are. Might be people around you. You can just, if people ask you, what's up, are you okay? And you can just say, I'm facing some challenges, or I'm dealing with a heartbreak and it's hard and I just need to cry, but I'm gonna be fine. Thank you. And this is very powerful, because it first of all, it gives yourself the message that everything that you're experiencing is legit, and you don't have to change who you are or how you feel in order to be accepted in this world, in this society. Second, it gives other people permission to be who they are. It gives the society and the whole world and the whole other people around you the message, the very strong message, that it is okay to feel whatever it is that you're feeling. And this is very important if we're trying to change the way the world is, and we're trying to create a world in which people are able to just be themselves with whatever they're feeling, and they don't have to put on a mask in order to go to work, in order to interact with other human beings. We can just be human. We can just experience whatever it is that you're facing, and we don't have to hide the struggles that we're going through. And third, it is allowing for community and for support, because when you don't hide what you're feeling, when you openly share with other people what you're going through and all your struggles and challenges, it gives other people the opportunity to support you and to be there for you. And it's very important to allow yourself to be supported, to have some community, because sometimes, even though we talked about the importance of solitude and being able to build a strong foundation with yourself and build your own self-concept and practicing accepting yourself and loving yourself, it is also important, very, very important, to have support and community, because sometimes going through those things alone makes it so difficult, and sometimes we can only see what is not working, we can only see the pain, we can only see the challenges, and we don't even pay attention to how much we have grown, to how far we have gone, to how much stronger we are than we used to be, to how well we are doing, even though we are in pain, but how well we are dealing with the pain. And sometimes we need the perspective of other people around us who are willing to listen to us, who are willing to be there for us and to support us and to give us perspective and tell us that we're actually doing a lot better than what we thought we are. And also sometimes by sharing our story with them and telling them what we're going through, while we're telling it to someone else, we're actually realizing that we are knowing what we want, and we didn't realize it because we were so busy feeling the pain. But now that we are telling the story to somebody else, we are realizing that we actually know what we want, and this is so important. So this leads me to the next point that I want to make, that every relationship that isn't going right, every breakup, every heartbreak, everything that doesn't work out that we're going through is teaching us so much. And another part of dealing with the heartbreak and healing from it is in thinking about all the good things, all the positive things that you've learned from this relationship. Just this requires a lot of maturity and a lot of feeling good about yourself, because the tendency is to say, oh, now this person is causing me pain, so this person is a piece of shit and I'm gonna hate this person, and it's just bad, because it's easier to say either good or bad, either black or white. It's really hard to have the complexity of what the reality actually is. That is a lot more complicated than just right or left, black or white, But if you are willing to be more mature and more honest, you can, even though you are in pain, that is, this person has caused you to feel a lot of pain. But in order to really heal this, you don't want to stay in this negative feeling. You want to look at the situation and think about all the good things, all the positive things that you've learned from this situation, all of the things that you learned about yourself, all of the positive outcomes that you gained from whatever you shared with this person, all the things that you learned in every aspect of life, whatever it is that you were sharing with this person. Think about, maybe even make a list of all of the good things that you learned from being in a relationship with this person. And that can help you release resistance to the fact that now it's maybe over or not going the way that you expected. Because even though it might be over, it cannot take away from you all of the things that you already gained from it, all the things that you already learned from it. And sometimes relationships are not what we thought that they are for. Sometimes they have a different purpose, which is maybe just some people come into our life in order to teach us some very specific lessons. And if you're able to see the lessons, maybe you realize that maybe that's all that they were there for in your life. And you don't really know, you cannot know. But, just because something was amazing and intense and powerful doesn't mean that it was meant to be there for a long time. Maybe it was just there for that particular lesson. And it can very much help you if you can see the lesson that you learned and all the positive things that you can take from this relationship, whether it's continuing or whether it's over. So yeah, it's also very important to just go with the flow. Let yourself be connected to yourself, learn about yourself, take it as a learning experience about yourself. And anything that comes up, let yourself experience it. Let yourself be supported by your community. Let yourself be vulnerable in front of other people and show yourself that it's okay to feel the way that you're feeling. Show everybody that it's okay to feel whatever it is that anyone is feeling. And let yourself be supported by other people. And once you're sharing your pain with other people, you can also share your joy with other people and just allow yourself to feel the whole rainbow of emotions. Be grateful for the opportunity to experience the vast rainbow of possibilities of emotions. And once you're letting yourself accept and experience and completely be and give attention to the dark emotions, you're going to, after a while, as long as it's going to take, but at some point, if you're willing to completely be there with your dark emotions, you're going to feel a relief. And it's inevitable, because the dark emotions are not meant to stay there forever if you give them attention. However, if you don't, if you constantly try to distract yourself and go and do something else just to not feel the pain is never gonna go away. It's just gonna be like kind of a background noise that is very annoying, very exhausting. But if you just let it be, whenever it comes, don't try to resist it, don't try to run away from it, just take a deep breath and say, okay, take me, that is it. Pain, it's hard, I'm gonna cry, I'm gonna just sit with it, I'm just gonna let it take over me, I'm just gonna do whatever it is, give it my attention, give it my time, give it my patience and healing, and let the healing take place. If you do that, if you let yourself be, even if it's painful. You just let your emotions be expressed fully. I guarantee you that you're going to feel a relief and that you're going to feel better after I don't know how long, but it will happen. And then you're gonna feel a sense of very, very strong groundedness, connection, centeredness. You're gonna feel very powerful, and it might last a day, it might last a long time, it might last an hour, and enjoy it while it lasts. And then whenever you're ready, the next part of the healing is going to be surfaced again, and then you need to be willing to accept that again. And it is a process, and it takes time. It takes time, but it's not gonna be forever. And there's so much to learn from this process, and it is absolutely fascinating. You can learn so much about yourself, and not only about yourself, but about just the human consciousness, the human emotions, about how these things work, and most importantly, you're learning about what you want and what is important for you, and how you want your relationships to be, and how you want to be treated, and what kind of person you want to be. So embrace it, embrace life fully, embrace all the range of emotions. And well, this is my first time doing an actual video of trying to explain a concept of something that I feel that I have a lot of knowledge that can be valuable for people. And I know that I'm going to get better at explaining those concepts and getting more precise and direct and to the point. But for now, I'm just really happy to start from somewhere, and I hope that this is helpful for you guys. And please let me know what you think, if you need more clarification, or if you have any thoughts, any questions, or any advices. I would love to hear. Please feel free to leave a comment, and I'll see you soon. Thank you.